I've spoken in the past about God laughing, and I want to stretch out and talk a little bit more about what God's laughter sounds like.
I'm Rabbi Brian Zachary Mayer. I help the spiritual but not religious.
There's a chance this spiritual religious thing is not what you think.
You get to choose who you are in this world, and that's enough, and that's awesome.
The less you believe everything you think, the better.
I'm ready, you're ready, let's dive in. This morning I was on a phone call with my god sister Lisa. We do this thing sometimes where whoever it is who's talking will walk while the other one jogs. She lives in Venice, California. I live here in Portland, Oregon. And this is one way that she and I get to connect with each other. We love each other deeply. She is my god sister, a word that's not often used, but we are god siblings. We are connected. We forgot to be born into the same family, but we have such synchronicity. It's delightful. And I was speaking with her, and I told her about Jane's suggestion that I cook meatballs in buffalo, and Lisa laughed this beautiful laugh, not just this laugh of camaraderie, this laugh of knowingness, this laugh of feeling sympathy and empathy. And let me explain a little bit of background. Lisa and I both love to cook. We love to fuss over food. And last year when my family went to upstate New York, Lisa joined us there. And Lisa and I had a great time shopping at Wegmans and trying to figure out how to cook with a very limited kitchen, how to prepare meals for my little family and her. I told Lisa this morning how Jane last night at dinner, and something you need to know, and there's no judgment to this, Jane hates food. She just doesn't like food. Last night at dinner we went for pizza. It's Jane's favorite thing to have. We had that. And Jane said, let's make a list of all the things that we can eat while we're in upstate New York. And I dutifully took out a piece of paper and a pen and started to record down, cereals, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I wrote down spaghetti and meatballs. And at that point, Jane made the suggestion that before we left Buffalo to go to the Chautauqua Institution, that I cook the meatballs there in Buffalo. And Lisa started to laugh riotously. She started to just chortle and giggle because Jane doesn't cook. She doesn't have anything to do with where the meatballs are prepared. It would make no difference to her whatsoever. Yet she made this plan and declaration of this is what we should do. And it caused Lisa this beautiful, joyful, loving laugh. And when we talk about God's laughter, I think this is what we're talking about. That the phrase is people plan and God laughs, a mensch trach and Gott lach, that the laughter isn't the laughter of Nelson on The Simpsons of ha ha, that it's not that laughter. It's the laughter the universe has for us, the laughter that a grandparent has, the laughter that is so filled with love of I love you, dear one, I love you exactly as you are. And if your neuroses are spinning out about other things and you need to plan where meatballs are cooked, that's perfectly fine. I love you enough. I love you more than that even. And I think that's what it's upon all of us to do. It's upon all of us to love one another, not to spitefully laugh at someone in a schadenfreude type way, but to laugh with somebody in their humanity, to laugh, to be amused, to delight in another being. And I will tell you, you can test this out. The next time someone says something to you that is off the wall ridiculous. We should cook the meatballs when we're in Buffalo, or 1 + 3 is 5. Well, they probably wouldn't say that, but they tell you, oh, you seem upset by my words. And you're like, I didn't seem upset by your words. You're projecting that onto me. When someone says something that's just utterly false, is to see, do you have a sense of humor about it? And I'm not saying that at all times we should. Of course we should. There are times to be angry. There are times to be mad. But at the times where someone says something absurd to us, can we look at our own reaction, and do we react with joy, with delight, with laughter? And if not, is there something we can do internally to put ourselves into that place where we see they're trying and we're trying, and we only can all do the best we can, to see the other person's thing that they do that's a litmus test or somewhat of a barometer for our own spiritual well-being. And I believe that we can all do this. I believe we can all find deep in ourselves, and we can work with our own minds to not be as annoyed when things don't go our way, when somebody tells us something that is just outwardly silly. If you would like some help with this, Religion Outside the Box at rotb.org has a series of tools, spiritual exercises that take 2 minutes to learn, and modules about all different types of spiritual topics that can help you develop your spiritual fitness. One last thing, I want to talk about this beer, Bodhisattva Indian Pale Ale. In the last video, I talked about it, and I said that often in their ads it says they have a darn tasty IPA. And I said, well, you know, it's funny, this box doesn't show that. But here it is, right there. Darn tasty IPA. It's a whole nother wisdom biscuit about how we can have something smack in front of our eyes and we still don't see it. Any which way, get yourself some Georgetown Brewery Bodhisattva IPA. This Indian Pale Ale is amazing. And tell the bartender or whoever you're with, Rabbi Brian sent you. I don't really know why. It'd kind of be fun. All right. Lots of love to you. I'm Rabbi Brian. Make sure to subscribe right there. Please subscribe. Find more videos. And go to rotb.org to find out more. Lots of love.